is The View with Whoopi, Nicole Wallace, Rosie Perez. And today, Raven-Symoné and Molly Sims hit the co-host chairs. It all starts now.
Rosie Perez isn't here today, but we're joined by Raven, Molly, and Deborah. So, look, last night I was at the Gordon Parks Foundation Awards celebrating the arts and came across a wonderful global art project called Inside Out. And before I tell you that, I want to tell you who folks got honored. And they took this big picture of me. And it's like a giant Polaroid. You walk in and they said,
very cool.
Go there, and the lady did that, and she like pushed a button. She said, now do a smile or do something silly. And I was like, I'm not doing that. Because I'm cranky. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna do silly. So I just went, and it went click. And then I thought it was gonna be a little damn picture. Look. Huge.
I love that.
It's a wonderful thing. And so is the Gordon Parks Foundation Awards. And then I was
really
giving
nice.
an award to Robert De Niro and his wife.
Awesome.
And Usher got an award. A lot of wonderful people got awarded. His wife, Grace, yes. And that's what I did. So I just wanted to let you all know. That's all.
Sounds like a very nice night.
It was nice.
Andy Leibovitz would love that.
Well, you know something? Gordon Parks took the poster of Color Purple?
Right.
It's a silhouette. Well, Gordon Parks took that picture.
Really?
And I was kind of dumb. Because I was like, why are you taking my picture? Why am I sitting here? What is going on? What are we doing? Why? And he was like, if you don't stop and sit still, let me take this damn picture. So I apologized to the folks at the foundation because I was such a bonehead.
Image, you know?
It's an iconic image now, but at the time, it just felt like a bother.
To you,
yes.
but to us, that's, you know.
And here you are all
And
these
here
years later.
And here I am all these years later, still bizarre. Speaking of which, you know, the world just met Caitlyn Jenner yesterday. And critics are, you know, they're coming out from all sides. She's about to be honored with the Arthur Ashe Courage Award at the ESPYs. But a lot of folks think that late college basketball player Lauryn Hill, who raised money for kids with cancer, or Iraq veteran Dancing with the Stars runner-up Noah Galloway deserves it more. So what is happening?
I think people get on the bandwagon and try to roll with it and go so far. I personally think Lauryn Hill is a shoo-in for this. She was on The View. She's done amazing things. She was a young, inspirational person. And not that Caitlyn Jenner isn't courageous, obviously. It's an amazing thing that she has done. But at the same time, I mean, let's just not, keep it in perspective.
$1.5 million right before she died at the beginning of April. And I think, you know, her courage and what she showed us in the very end of her life and doing so much, I think that has to be recognized. Not that Caitlyn shouldn't be recognized, but I think it should have gone to her. What do you think, Deborah?
Well, some people might say Caitlyn is sort of just coming to the party in terms of, you know, making a stand and making a splash. And this young girl did give her life for something. Right. And it was such a courageous battle. And I don't know, it's hard to you know, shoot Caitlyn down, but I do think
maybe,
was
well, I'm just going to say maybe the ESPYs can take another look at this and honor several people, because we've just named 3 folks who were courageous and are courageous, and maybe, you know, there's enough author to spread around. Maybe they can take that into consideration.
Yeah. Because it's different things. They're looking at different things here.
Yes, you know, so we'll see. But there's also been overwhelming support for Caitlyn, but one vocal critic is a man who became famous as a pastor for the Duggar family, Reverend Ronnie Floyd. Now, he says Jenner is no hero because God doesn't make mistakes. Take a look.
Gender is not fluid. God made you male or female. There's no fluidity to that. None whatsoever at all. You have formed by God specifically and intentionally.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, that's your opinion, sir.
it's your
That's your opinion, sir. That's how you feel. That's fine. Okay, moving on. I do know that, you know.
I mean, he said once he said once a hero. Everyone's been saying once a hero, always a hero, and he called that sad.
Well, I didn't know who the Duggars were till Monday, so it was hard for me to figure out who their pastor was. But so I think that part of the reason this is a hot topic, right, is that he's counseling the public to forgive an alleged child molester, and he has no space in his own, you would assume, enlightened mind to understand in his heart that that is not true.
Well, that's not a Christian.
So I think,
I'm sorry.
right,
That's not a Christian.
So I think the reason this is rubbing some people wrong is that as the Duggar pastor, he's taken a public position that a child who molests another child, allegedly, should be forgiven, but he can't find a place in his heart to understand that transgender people deserve not only to not struggle in silence, but to be celebrated. And so that's the rub. That, to me, is the outdated position. Now, I have to say, I think Mike Huckabee's, we're going to talk about him, too. There is a generational lag, and I hope we're tolerant of people that are still catching up on sort of the notion.
We are tolerant of people catching up. I think what...
I put the pastor in that category, but I want to put Mike Huckabee in that category.
Well, the problem for me with the pastor is, I'm sorry,
he's wrong.
When you're a Christian, that is not the thing you
You're
take.
wrong. Right.
That's God said, look, wherever you're at, come to me. I'm the only one who can tell you what's what. So you're not the guy that I want telling me what I should feel or believe, because that's your position is very unchristian. But I'm a little concerned about Mike Huckabee's, because there is. This is a put down. Well, we'll tell you what it is.
Tell us what he said. Sorry.
Another one who can't wrap his head around being transgender is presidential candidate Mike Huckabee. And here is his take back in February. Take a listen.
Now, I wish someone had told me when I was in high school that I could have felt like a woman when it came time to take showers in PE. I'm pretty sure I would have found my feminine side and said, Coach, I think I'd rather shower with the girls today.
First of all, I've heard a lot of guys say that and they're joking. So, I mean, that's the one thing.
But it was a bad joke. Well,
It's a
very
bad
bad joke. And it's intolerant. And I don't think anybody would in any way embrace intolerance. But I think that what's happening is a lot of people are trying to come to terms with it. I mean, think about Diane Sawyer's interview. You didn't hear this kind of outrage because I think people sort of looked at Bruce Jenner at that point and felt compassion. This is a guy who has struggled. But then they see Caitlyn and they see this corset and this whole, I think it's just jarring. And it doesn't excuse that kind of behavior, but I think people are trying to come to terms, but probably they need to sit down and maybe meet people who are in different places from where they are.
Which affected you more, the images or the Diane Sawyer interview?
Well, I have to say I was a little shocked. I think like a lot of people were with the image yesterday. I mean, it was a little bit jarring. But, you know, some of the biggest stories that I've done have been stories on either trans people or maybe young gay boys who have talked about the journey and the struggle. And they're very, very, I think, powerful to hear people talk about their journey. So maybe some of these people need to meet people who are from different places and hear about their journey. And then you might make it a little differently.
I totally agree with that. What is hard for me is when you are a public figure running and knew you were going to run for president. That's not the joke you make.
No, well, that's true.
That's not the joke you make.
But
I mean,
there would be cameras on the campaign trail if politicians didn't say among the most boneheaded things out there.
That's why we're pointing this out. This is one of the most asinine things Mike has ever done, and I like Mike Huckabee.
He's been on our couch. We like it. But I think we also have to be, you know, I think the gift that Caitlyn has given us is this global public education on something that a lot of people, you know, I'm 43. I mean, I don't know. And you know, the
conversation that we're sitting here talking about.
We have to be tolerant of people who are 55, as Mike Huckabee is, who are not as enlightened.
Here's my question. When I was younger, my parents always taught me to learn from history. Right? I'm supposed to learn with what happened in the past so I don't repeat it. We're repeating it the same way. This is how black people were treated back in the day. This is how other, you know, subcultures have been treated over the years, and we're still showing anger and judgment towards a culture that we don't understand when ultimately the only reason it hasn't come out is because you've put this horrible societal box repression on us, and you can't even accept it when we're tired of the box. You need to change it. You need to learn from your past and learn these people first before you start judging them. It's ridiculous.
Remember that a lot of people's judgments come out of religion. You know, and in the olden days, you know, when I was a kid, they used to say, you know, black people were not favored by God, and that's why we were the lesser people. And no one ever said, well, where is that in the Bible?
Right. They used it
for
cover.
They do now. They use it for cover. They use it for cover. But it's used, and that's my point. Oftentimes, and again, if you're a Christian, if you're a Catholic, the one thing that you know, there are 10 commandments if you're Catholic. None of those commandments have anything to do with gay people. That's not in a commandment. All of that stuff, all the Isaiah and all of that came years after Jesus walked. And who did Jesus walk with? People other people did not hang with. So I'm going with that instinct. I'm going to try to understand that which I don't. Sometimes it's men. Sometimes it's... No, I don't always understand men. You know, I just don't. And quite honestly, they rarely, if ever, understand me either. So I think it's okay. But you know what I do understand? That we have to sell stuff, so we're going to go and come right back with more Hot Topics.
What's up, Doc? Why the legendary Dr. Ruth's view on sex on campus has parents and students outraged. Next.
This is a story about Dr. Ruth Westheimer. She shocked a lot of people with her view on rape on college campuses. She says when a man and a woman are in bed naked and aroused, it's kind of too late for the woman to suddenly change her mind. But the question is it ever too late for her to change her mind?
It's never
too late to
but
change
she
your
raises
mind.
a very good point, though, because there are mixed signals. And when girls make these decisions, and I think this is a conversation we need to have with our girls, too, because so many of them are drinking and so forth, and they get into these situations, it definitely becomes a little bit fuzzy.
But what if I'm drinking and it happens, a little still coherent because I still know what I'm doing sometimes, but then I look and like Martin says, you know, I got a bubble and a boil and a this and a that. I get to say no if it looks unclean. That should be another reason why I can say no, and you need to put that back. As well.
But I think it does. I think it comes from the mother teaching their, like, I have a little girl, Scarlett, and I'm going to have this conversation over and over, as did my mother with me. You can always say no at any point. It is your life. It is your body.
I have a son, and I'm going to have the same conversation with him. But I want to go back to Dr. Ruth, because she did make clear, I want to read her tweets. She said, Dr. Ruth, who I adore, said, I'm 100% against rape. I do say to women, if they don't want to have sex with a man, they should not be naked in bed with them. Good point. But let me finish this, because this is a good analogy. That's risky behavior, like crossing the street against the light. If a driver hits you, of course he's legally in the wrong, but you're in the hospital.
How come we can't teach the guys to take care and pay more attention to themselves?
Well, I think guys are taught that.
But I think guys are taught.
My dad taught my brother to respect women. There are 3 girls and 1 boy, and my husband will certainly take it upon himself.
Yes, but it's very hard, and I'm not speaking for you men, but I'm speaking for you men. It's very hard if you're in bed with someone and they're naked and you're tongue kissing and you got all kind of stuff going on, and suddenly it's like you're just about to go for the flow, and she's like, oh no, I changed my mind. It's very hard for guys.
No, put on a porno and go in the bathroom.
Listen, guys, I'm just saying, it's hard for men to understand that at the point of entry.
That's probably true. That's probably true.
I think Dr. Ruth, too. Dr. Ruth, just to not put anything on Dr. Ruth, Dr. Ruth is talking about off-ramps. And I think you can get off the ramp whenever you want for aesthetic reasons, for moral reasons, because you have second thoughts. But he doesn't have protection. She's saying that you're no longer dealing with a man's brain. You are dealing with another part of him. That's all Dr. Ruth was saying.
And that makes it much harder, because then it becomes aggressive, and then all kinds of bad stuff happens. So perhaps you should make up your mind as soon as the clothes come off, and I'm saying in your case, and you see the boil and the little snake thing and everything else, you know, just the drip and everything that's there, that you say,
it just gets harder.
Yes, it gets harder. It gets more difficult. It gets more difficult
complicated
the longer you put off saying no. Yeah. Perhaps don't get into the bed with the man.
That's what the message should be. That's what the message should be.
Unless it's somebody you want to get in bed with.
And the man should keep asking too. I mean, you know, there's
every 2 minutes. Yeah. Every minute and a half.
Every article of clothing. Yes. Check in.
Take off the bra. Still okay? You know?
Life's so hard now.
Well, I mean, you know, we're laughing and having fun with this, but the truth of the matter is, you know, we all have to be responsible. We each have to be responsible for what we do. If you're a young woman, have more caring about yourself.
More respect.
And
because
don't do it
things
because
happen.
You want, he thinks you want them to do it because
listen,
it's not that.
All that really matters in here is what you want, ma'am. You know, you're the one in control here. And if you don't want it to go any further, don't fan the flame.
Yep.
And when you overdrink and you get sloppy, it fans the flame and makes people take advantage, and it's crazy. And so keep your texts and emails because I don't care. But you know, did you know?
Tell me.
A wonderful thing has happened. I'm going to say it very quickly. That after 61 years, Japan has finally made one of its most legendary figures. It's so moving. Wait.
Okay.
One of its most legendary figures, a citizen. Godzilla is officially a resident of Japan. But I worry so much because I feel like maybe Mothra will feel like she's been snubbed. Do you remember Mothra with remember the two little ladies that were there? Remember they come? Well, I hope she see, those are the ladies that are riding Mothra.
My mom
They're this big. They're this big. And they would sing in Japanese. They were this big. It's kind of amazing, but congratulations.
And Godzilla has a job,
Yes,
too.
Godzilla has a job. He is now
employed.
There you go.
Well, he's an ambassador. He's the ambassador to Japan. He wants folks to come over and see what's going on over there. And if you get the opportunity, head to Japan. It's fabulous. And the inspiring Kevin Costner movie, McFarlane USA, was just released on DVD Blu-ray. And thanks to our parent company, Disney, members of our audience, you're all getting a copy of the Tempest. We'll be right back. Adrian Grenier.
You're invited to the biggest party in Hollywood when Entourage hits the big screen, and Adrian Grenier has your behind-the-scenes VIP pass. Next.
Hits the big screen. Adrian Grenier's character Vince is still living the dream and looking to expand his resume. Take a look.
Vinny Chase.
Ari Gold. I hear you got something for me.
Something big. My first movie is studio head, and boom, I want you to star in it.
Oh, yeah? How badly?
What do you mean?
Because I decided whatever I do next, I also want to direct.
Does he even know how to direct?
Ari? Ari.
I miss them. Please welcome Adrian Grenier.
Hello.
How are you?
This one laughing out loud at the I want to direct line, so I guess that's a Hollywood thing, huh?
She knows what that means.
Yeah.
The last thing your agent wants to hear is that your client actually also wants to direct.
I saw the movie. It was absolutely amazing, first and foremost. And two, it's been 4 years since the crew has gotten together. What was it like? Was it easy to get in the mix again? What was it like?
Well, you know, I didn't grow up with brothers, so they're like my surrogate brothers, and I miss them. You know, I was excited to see them again after all those years, and I mean, it's like riding a bike. And when you're plopped into a scene and there's Johnny Drama and E and Turtle, all you have to do is just respond. You just have to be present, and it's great.
Could you list some of the famous people in this movie other than yourselves? Because when I saw it, I said, they're in there, they're in there, there's so many cameos.
I mean, it's like 30 plus, I don't know, there's a lot. But that's the lifestyle these guys live, you know, it's Hollywood.
You got Pharrell.
Yeah, you got Pharrell, Liam Neeson, Ronda Rousey, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson. The list goes on. Do we have time for this?
Yeah, keep going, because they're all
Andrew Dice Clay.
Of course, Andrew Dice Clay, and Gary Busey comes back for...
I love the Busey storyline.
You gotta have Busey in there.
I'm a Johnny Drama woman. I was always rooting for him. Does his arc, does he find some happiness?
I think it's Johnny Drama's discontent that
Right.
we love to watch.
Right?
Yeah. He is quite discontent throughout the movie,
Okay.
but he does have a really strong moment.
Oh, good.
It's a spoiler. I don't want to give it away.
Don't tell me. I didn't get to watch it yet, so I can't
Yeah.
wait. I can't wait.
No,
I was always rooting for him.
No, we're used to seeing Vince get all the sex all the time, all the ladies, but this time it's all about E.
I know, right?
Were you, like, upset about that?
Okay, I had to read the script like 3 times, looking for my sex scenes. I'm like, in the show.
There you have it.
In the show, I was like averaging 1.67 sex scenes per episode, and then
Until you dated the porn star.
Right, exactly. No, but and then the script I have none, and then I'm looking, and guess who has all the sex scenes?
E.
E.
Because he directs.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, we were trying to decide whether Doug Ellen was mad at me or him. We couldn't decide.
You're a movie star playing a movie star who has a life that's over the top. Do you ever, like, feel jealous of his life, or do you relate to his life at all?
You know, I love playing Vince because I get to have the best time ever. Like, that's really what our job is, just to show an inside glimpse into a world without consequences. And that's what this movie is. It's just a fun ride. It's the party we all want to go to. And by the way, I wish I was invited too.
You're so pretty.
Caitlyn Jenner pretty, or like
pretty.
handsome? Okay, thank you.
But it's pretty. Like, I'm sorry. I'm done.
Like, it's the eyelashes.
It is the eyelashes.
They used to, yeah. I mean, they used to make fun of me when I was younger
You're gorgeous.
because of the eyelashes.
Now they're all jealous.
That's right.
That's right.
How's your mom?
Mom is great. Thanks for
We
asking.
love his mom.
Well,
They're very
you.
close, and they hang out together. And you got a little video, little
We don't
thing?
just hang out. We party.
They
Look at
partied.
that.
Okay, this is the video part of your segment because we also know that you're an incredibly talented musician and you started your own label, right? And you.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah, I mean,
Right? Can we, I think we have a clip, right?
I do like to dabble.
It's a very cool sound.
Sorry,
Well,
that's
no,
great.
that's yeah. So that was a band I was in with Emily, who you see there, called Caldwell, and I have a studio in my basement. So it's just a good time. Like on a Friday night, we go down and write some music. And,
You gonna release an album?
Yeah, right?
they're out there. You just I've been in bands for a long time.
Come back and sing next time?
Okay,
With Emily?
absolutely.
Okay.
I'm gonna put your name in my Pandora, for sure.
Yeah.
Our thanks to Adrian Grenier. Entourage is in theaters today. We'll be right back.
Sitcom Hot in Cleveland proved that women of a certain age are still funny, sexy, and know how to get some action. Tonight they say goodbye, and we have a sneak peek. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
This looks nice I think. 3 of you and 3 of us, right?
Even teams.
Bookends.
Hot in New York.
So,
Not today.
Finale's tonight. I'm so sad. But I hear there's some big surprises. Can you tell us anything?
Well, it wouldn't be a surprise.
I know,
but we can say there is an airplane involved.
There is an airplane again, and I think we all end up where we want to be. So.
Yeah, I think they really they knew what our characters are going through, and they knew what we were going through personally, and they were able to write it and tie it together, and I was able to give a speech that Suzanne wrote for me that is everything I was feeling but didn't know how to say. I guess that's why I'm not a writer.
But it was very cathartic, but in a great way, because it ends up celebrating this thing that we all came together for in the first place, which is friendship. Yeah. And we have already vowed that this is not over. So we had dinner with Betty like 4 nights ago.
Yeah.
And we're probably going to do it again
the
week.
week before. So we say we're going to have dinner together once a month, but it's going to be more than that. It really is. Yeah.
So speaking of Miss Betty White, I mean, she's absolutely amazing. She keeps us entertained, and I'm sure she keeps you guys entertained on the set. We have a really interesting clip about the antics that she goes through. What will you miss most? What will you miss most about working with her?
I just learned so much from her. So much about respect for other people, respect for acting. She lives life every day as the best day. You know, I said to her, because I was so interested, which decade that you've lived in do you think is the best? And she said, the one I'm living right now.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. I've learned so much from her.
She's somebody who I think embodies, and we've all like just taken everything we can from this woman and being around her, but it's all about gratitude and having a sense of humor and seeing the possibilities. For Betty, I think it's not like her head is in the sand. She knows what's going on in the world, but she feels that every day you can go out there and do something positive and make people smile and make this a better world in little tiny incremental ways every day.
She's a terrific woman. I once asked her about Alan Ludden, who was her husband.
Crazy.
And she just said he was unlike any other person that I ever met. And she kind of floated. And I thought one day, of course it didn't happen, but I thought one day I'd like to float. You know, I'd like something to make me feel like, oh my God, you can't even imagine it.
And the possibility is there. Because, you know, that's
that's what she said to me, and I said, Betty,
always there.
Yes,
it is.
No, oh, absolutely. You have to want it. I don't actually want it.
I want to play a game. I want to play a game. Can I give you guys? I do, really quick. I'm going to give you this. And it's called Hot or Not. And I'm going to ask you a few words, and you guys just paddle up what you think is hot or not. And that's how it's going to go. You guys ready? Krugers. Hot or not?
Kruger?
I'm from the South. I got one contact in Cougar. Cougar.
I like cats. No.
I love cats. That's what you're talking about, right? Yes. I'm talking about ladies that are, okay, we'll go to women.
Not labeling. No
label. Very good.
No label.
It's not cats.
Not cats. Plastic surgery.
No, but if you're talking about older women dating younger men, if there is a legitimate attraction there, I don't think there's anything wrong with
don't
that.
put a label on it.
Don't put a label. Okay, lying about your age.
Oh.
I love it. I love it.
Honest.
The dad bod trend. Do you know what that is?
No.
Dad bod trend is like glasses, beer belly, like super hot.
Like Dad Garland.
Everybody's hot.
Yeah, whatever.
That's their attitude.
I think not. Well, like, no.
Last one, Spanx.
Oh, God, yes.
Wow. Now,
right.
You mean that they're hot when you put them on, like hot?
You do sweat.
You do sweat. Okay.
Listen, well, you guys have to come back and let us know how your time away from the show has been. Our thanks to Valerie Bertinelli, Jane Leaves, and Wendy Malick. The series finale of Hot in Cleveland airs tonight on TV Land. Don't miss it. We'll be right back.
Are you so congested it feels like that brick's on your
The hilarious Melissa Peterman is back for the summer season premiere of ABC's Family Baby Daddy as a real estate agent who needs to work on her sales pitch. Take a look.
You must be Evelyn's beloved niece.
Granddaughter.
Audrey.
Ashley.
You sure? I like Audrey better. Evelyn and I were very close. I loved her like she was my own grandma.
She hated you.
Well, who's laughing now, Evelyn? Again, very sorry for your loss. Here's my card. Why don't you let me help you sell this place?
I think we're good.
Hey, Mom, good news. I just heard that old lady you hated died.
Please welcome Melissa Peterman. Absolutely hilarious. Tonight is the summer season premiere of Baby Daddy.
Yes, it is.
You play a mom who instantly became a grandmother.
Yes.
After a baby was left on her son's doorstep.
That is correct.
We're in our 4th season. Congrats on that.
I know, right?
But originally, you were cast as a guest star in the pilot, and here you are 4 years later.
I know, it's like the actor urban myth that actually happened. Like, I was a guest star, and they shot it, and I like to think I nailed it, and they wanted me for every episode, but I don't know what happened. I just got very lucky.
It's it's funny, that happened to me on Las Vegas when I was playing, and the same thing, reoccurring, and I just...
Let's just say we nailed it.
That was Urkel's story. That was Urkel's story, too.
Was it really?
Yeah, Jaleel White.
Luck out of it. I think it's because you guys are awesome, so let's leave luck out of it.
You know what, Nicole? I think you're right.
I am right. I usually am not, but in this instance, yeah, don't tell Whoopi. Okay, so so your character Bonnie is tough and bold and a feminist, and I'm wondering if there are do you feel any personal connection to her in real life?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right?
I think I'm pretty tough. I think I'm bold. I'm definitely a feminist. I like to think in real life I'm younger than Bonnie. I'm only 25 in my mind.
And Bonnie, I'll give you that too.
One hot grandmother, let me tell you that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh. I feel like I kind of asked for that, but that's okay. I'll take it.
Yeah. Speaking of body, you have a wonderful quote. You say, I'm almost 6 feet tall, I'm an Amazon, I have a muffin top, and it was fun to make.
It was fun to make it.
Please inform us about your struggles in the industry about body image.
You know what? I either ignored it or I was oblivious. I mean, I really just sort of didn't care. I was like, you know what? I can only do me. And it's like I was pregnant on Reba. I was fake pregnant on Reba. I was real pregnant. I was bigger. I was little. I was all this stuff. And finally, it's like, you know what? I'm never going to be a sample size. So let's just own it. And by the way, I earned this muffin top. I mean, I did.
We all know you from Reba. You played the young ditzy wife of Reba's ex-husband. Let's take a look.
Since you can't watch TV, I thought that for entertainment, I could read to you. I chose a classic, Oliver Twist. Okay. Boring, 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 blah, blah, orphan, orphan. Okay, here we go. Please, sir, I want some more. More?
Are you still reading, or did you just pass gas?
Show.
Yeah, we are reuniting on Baby Daddy. She comes and she's going to be on our summer finale, and it was like old times. It's like we never had stopped making funny together.
And you have your co-star here, Peter Porte.
Yes, she plays my friend Emmy, who makes a play for my man, Peter Porte, right there. So as you can see, Raven, I'm a bit of a Kruger.
You are not
it's a Kruger.
It is a Kruger.
It is a Kruger. I'm a Kruger. I got a younger man. I'm a Kruger.
Speaking of younger men, I was on your Instagram page and I found a little picture with a little magic mic, a little Channing Tatum.
Wow.
Ooh, so hot.
I know.
He's cute, right?
That was the best day ever. Ever. I mean, can you see in my smile? I mean, all I wanted to do was grab his hat off his head and just be like, I got it.
Our thanks to Melissa Peterman. Baby Daddy airs tonight at 8:30 on ABC Family. We'll be right back.
Hey, Molly will be back tomorrow. We want to thank you guys because without you, we're not really a show. So thank you for watching. Have a great day. Take a little time to enjoy The View.